So you're saying, okay, so then let's say the girl gets into a relationship, then how do you determine her SMV from the guy's status?
Yes. So I think that you can kind of, in this framework, determine a woman's sexual marketplace value by the normalized sexual marketplace value of the men who are willing to get into a relationship with her, and you can determine a man's male sexual marketplace value by the normalized sexual marketplace value of the women he is able to sleep with.
Okay, what if she's gay? How do you determine her SMV?
I don't know. I guess you could do it. I think most of these concepts apply also to gay relationships.
But I don't know if lesbians are hypergamous.
They are really big on commitment. There's an old joke about what does a lesbian bring to a second date, and it's a trailer because she's moving in. So there's takes all kinds, but there is my understanding, a big bent in lesbian relationships towards commitment.
Okay. I just feel like in high schools and colleges, like people kind of date people at their school. They're probably like in a similar income range. Sure. So I don't know how you would determine like the SMV of like a college sophomore is dating another college sophomore who are both kind of an equal amount of college debt. And you wouldn't say she has low SMV because she's dating a guy in debt and not getting scooped up by a millionaire, right? So doesn't that kind of make your definition of SMV kind of irrelevant to most dating instances?
No, because I think it's based on the context in which you exist. So we can say that people might have a normalized sexual marketplace value for the culture at large, but maybe the culture that and the context that matters most to you is your campus. Or maybe it's even just like the people in your homeroom class. Like there's all kinds of hierarchies within social systems as soon as more than two people start to relate to each other.
Okay, so then you would then judge it based off like, okay, is that guy an athlete? Is he like doing well, or like what would be
in high school?
metrics?
Yeah, that's the stereotypical one. It's like who is the big man on campus is the quarterback, right?
Sure.
Now, does this guy can he compete with somebody who's 35, makes $1 million a year? Well, it just depends on what the woman is looking for. You know, she might be so involved in that context that she will actually choose the quarterback over somebody who makes, hundreds of $1,000s a year. Mm-hmm. I think it really depends on the context.
Mm-hmm. All right.
And one more thing, and I think this is why this is great advice for guys, especially maybe the shorter kings out there, 5'7", is find a context in which you can shine. Like you can be a contextual alpha. I know you might not love that term, but you can definitely have a higher sexual marketplace value in certain contexts versus others.
Word. By the way, do you want your glove back? I don't know, it's kind of, okay, here you go. Was that a shitty throw too? Okay. Did we get any chats, Eric? Any chats? Let me check. Oh, here we go. Oh, fit check. We got to do a fit check. Hold on. Let me get through these. We got, Davon Jackson, longtime supporter. Thank you, man. Good to see you in the chat. To the Hobbit, why should a man shorter than his bloodline? Shorten his bloodline for you, besides the two obvious reasons?
Well, thank you. I mean, tall guys like me, but like I said, it's not a deal breaker. But also I'm worth it, so why not?
Wait, Tegan, did you want to say something?
No,
you just looked like you were chomping at the bit there to say something. Well, I kind of wanted to come in, I think, on the 1 to 10 thing there. So, I mean, you say that you don't rate people based off of a physical appearance.
Uh-huh. I don't.
How tall is the guy that it's complicated with?
I actually don't know.
You don't?
I'm not very good at telling height, so I'm not sure.
If you had to guess.
Maybe 5'9".
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care at all about his physical appearance?
He's attractive for sure, but...
Well, hold on. I thought everyone's equally attractive.
Well, no, I did mention that I think there are levels of attraction, but I think that everyone is born beautiful in their own unique way.
But are there some people that you don't find physically attractive?
Yes, I think in my personal preference, there are people that aren't as attractive as others, but
Sure.
I think rating people just doesn't have any value to it.
Okay, I understand that. Would you say that there are groups of people that you find attractive, that there's degrees to those that you find attractive? For example, you could find two people attractive, but you find one more attractive than the other.
Yes.
Sure.
Do you mind clarifying a little more?
Well, I mean, if there's Hold on just a sec. Thank you,
Devon
Davon.
Jackson donated $200. Notice how I ask her how she's worth it, and her answer is, because I'm worth it.
I mean, I could give the points. I can debate all night. I did speech and debate, so I have the points ready.
Are you the table? What do you bring to the table? The table? You are the table.
Yeah. So okay. So in terms of what type of guy am I catering to? Because it depends. Like, I don't know. I feel like this podcast, it goes for like the red pill movement, right? So do you want me to answer it in that
Look,
type
I
of
mean,
way? Because I can't answer.
I don't know if this podcast goes for the red pill movement, although I have a red
Are you
pills
sure about
and
that?
blue pills on the table. Well, I don't like, in the same way that I don't like the alpha characterization, the high value, high status man characterization. I believe that people can have differences of opinions, and I'd much rather just tell you what my thoughts are than just try to attach myself to like a given
movement.
Okay. I mean, ultimate, and look, the red pill space is, I suppose, getting some flack right now, but red pill is a metaphor. I mean, I don't think there's a strictly one, there's not a Bible of the red pill that it's like, this, if you're red pill, this is exactly what you believe in. I mean, there's people that are red pill that I disagree with on things. Ultimately, at the most basic level, I think red pill is waking up to the truth, waking up to reality. And when it comes to intersexual dynamics, it's waking up to perhaps uncomfortable truths about what men want, what women are attracted to. So anyways, that's kind of derailing the conversation. He's curious, why should a man shorten his bloodline for you besides the two obvious reasons?
Well, I mean, if he wants to, he will. And I mean, like I said, previous boyfriends are 6 foot and above, but that doesn't mean that I wouldn't date somebody shorter. Sure. I don't mind dating somebody shorter.
But what do you bring to the table is what he's asking.
Okay, so educated, ambitious, let's see.
Do you think men care about that?
No, but I was going to say other things too.
But he's asking what you bring to the table, and it's not, I would say for most men, that's not at the top of the priority list in terms of what they would find attractive in a partner.
I would say that I'm really loyal. I have feminine qualities, a low body count.
Well, didn't you just say you were masculine?
No, I mean, I have both qualities in me, and I've been working on being more feminine and trying to be more feminine. Okay. And I am feminine in a lot of ways.
Okay, so you bring loyalty. You said your ambition.
Low body count.
Low body count. What's your body count?
I prefer not to answer.
Well, you just said you have a low body count.
Yeah, I mean, I don't sleep around, and I've only been in very few relationships. And the reason I won't answer is because of trauma, and I don't want to get into that. It's something very disheartening.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So loyalty, low body count. Anything else?
Well, I want to have children.
Can you bench press 200 pounds?
No.
Will you stick it out in the zombie apocalypse?
Yes.
Do you know how to play the cello?
I don't, but I know how to play piano.
That's a deal breaker for Davon Jackson. I'm sorry if you don't know how to play the cello. It's a done deal. Okay, so going back to our thing, 1 to 10. Okay. So you were asking me to clarify when it comes to, I was asking you, if you were to find, for example, 3 men physically attractive, would you be able to, for example, say he's more attractive than this one and this one's more attractive than the other?
Yes, I would be able to. Or maybe they would all be attractive.
Sure.
It would depend.
For example, perhaps there's 100 people in a room, say 50 of them are men.
Yeah.
You could, to some degree, put them in order of, you could maybe say, that's the most attractive guy in this room.
There could probably be guys that were more attractive, but maybe some would be kind of equally attractive. Yeah.
Certainly. There could certainly be men of a comparable physical attractiveness.
Similar.
And likewise, you might see a few men in a room who you find unattractive.
Maybe less attractive.
Who you're not attracted to.
Yeah.
And you could say to some degree that there's degrees to how not attracted to them you are.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Okay, so I mean, the 1 to 10 scale system is basically that.
She's saying it's subjective. So like if you go to an art museum, she could say all these paintings are beautiful, but there's certain ones that I'm more drawn to, and you can rank all the paintings, but you can still acknowledge that they're all beautiful.
Thank you.
I think
That's
it's
what I'm
okay
saying.
as a Christian to understand that beauty is objective. Like even in the Bible, it talks about, the Bible records saying that Sarah was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, Rachel was more beautiful than Leah. You know, Esther was
That's a good
beautiful.
point.
That's why she
That's a
was
good point.
chosen by the king, because she was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like, it's okay if we're not all 10s. It's okay if, you know,
Yeah.
if we're honest about that, because it does help appreciate, you know, objective beauty. We can appreciate it without feeling devalued by it.
But it's not objective, because you take all the 10s in one city and bring them to a room full of Victoria's Secret models, and every guy would agree that their rating goes down. So how is it objective?
That is a really
There-
good point. Sorry,
there
I think
are,
it is subjective though.
There are objective traits, like women across the bar find taller men, you know, more handsome. If they've got a wider jawline, sharper jawline, that's more attractive to them. You know, wider shoulders, broader shoulders, that's attractive, because those are all signs of high testosterone levels. So biologically, women across the board, whatever country you want to go to, women are attracted to things about men that show that they're good leaders, strong providers, strong protectors. And so it's a biological thing. Like, it's not a shallow, you know, conceited, vain thing. And in the same way, men also have, you know, traits that they seek in a woman, because it communicates to them that she is feminine, that she can carry a child, because men really want to, you know, procreate and have children and carry on their bloodline. And so they want women who, you know, who objectively have wider hips and fuller breasts and things like that, that sign gives a sign of fertility. And so it's okay, like, it's okay to be biologically wired. It's okay to have a history as a human race and to have preferences. Men and women both have preferences. And the subjective part, I think that's a great thing, because if you're 4'11", if a man is 5'5", or just 5 foot tall, that's perfect for you, you know, because he's still taller than you, because he still communicates protection and provision to you. So that's the subjective part, but there are biological traits.
But yeah, there's a subjective part. Like, if you walked around UCSB, because we're in Santa Barbara, and went to like the hottest guys at UCSB, and then you, like, they're a 10 to the people that live here, and then you asked like the most beautiful movie stars or whatever, TikTok people, whoever you want to bring, if they're a 10, they wouldn't say that, because they're just like average looking people. Like, it just depends who the audience is. So
True,
it's
but
subjective.
isn't it kind of just trying to be kind of politically correct when you're just trying to say that, oh, like, you know, everyone's beautiful? Like, you're just trying to not answer the question, you're trying to leave. But the harsh reality is that, like, attraction matters, and obviously men look at it. Men are very visual creatures,
Right.
and women also, they do go based on attractiveness, even though obviously they're going to lean more into like personality and the full package. But the reality is that people are going to look at how you
But
look.
attraction
That
is
matters.
different to everyone. Like, you could think someone is a 10 out of 10, and I look at them and I'm like, I would never talk to them a day in my life.